The Correspondence of the Celestial Bodies. Jesus Christ reveals through Jakob Lorber, the Household of God. History of the primal creation of spirits and matter. The first patriarch from Adam to Abraham. Volume 1, Chapter 6. Thus spoke the Lord to me, Jakob Lorber, and within me for everyone, and that is true, faithful, and certain. Now lift your eyes from the earth to the sun, a true image of the reborn. Look closely, and you will notice that, occasionally, there appear spots on its belt. Behold, from a natural point of view, they are eruptions from within, as from the volcanoes of the earth. They represent eruptions of the Divinity's wrath, small indications of its all-destructive might, which, according to the nature of the world, always makes itself partly known on Earth through more or less violent storms, depending on the size of the spots. However, love then becomes all the more active, and appeases everything once again with the water of mercy, and upon the sun with great floods from the boundless sea of its merciful grace. And behold, in this way everything is restored to perfect order once more, wherein I am eternal love itself, from the eternity of eternities. Out of and in this order, everything that exists was made, and nothing can be or come into existence outside of it. Whoever voluntarily steps out of this order acts adversely to love and life, and will perish forever. Now you have beheld the sun and conceived its nature, which is, and must be, simple, so that it can exist for the purpose for which it is and must be, by the order of love. Now turn your eyes to the rebirth of the Spirit, to the people of God, to the law of love, to the life of freedom in the light of the grace from the waters of mercy, and the sun will float before your eyes unveiled, and not one of its folds shall remain hidden from you. Behold, the sun possesses its own poles as well, from which all its light and warmth pour forth, out of the center of the stillness of grace, spreading all over it. If it did not have the stillness of the poles, it would not have any light. For the stillness is indispensable for the reception of light and warmth, and must be like the stillness of love in God. Only from stillness comes the receptivity for life and light. And behold, when the air is still, it is a clear and bright day on earth, whereas violent winds blowing in all directions will soon cause black clouds to appear and darken the light. Your desires, through which you are surrounded by all kinds of cares, resemble the winds. They prevent the light of grace from flowing into you, as the clouds driven by the winds prevent the rays of the sun from falling upon the earth. Therefore, you shall not worry, but direct and transfer all your desires and the resultant cares to me, so that you may be at peace, and I may keep flowing into you. Behold, as the earth rotates regularly around the stillness of its poles, according to my order, affected by the might of my love, so that none of its parts remain without light. All your actions shall come forth from my love as well, which dwells within you since the beginning, and will dwell within you thereafter, according to your ability through the word of eternal love, given in the law of grace and mercy. And as the night refreshes the earth, so shall you be refreshed by love. And the light from the sun of grace, like the day on earth is illuminated, shall illuminate you. You shall be like the winter, cold in its stillness, and thereby above all capable of receiving the warmth into the deepest depths of the earth. And to whom winter has come, spring will come too, as the first life of love within you. And summer will come in fullest activity out of the life of love, which, through grace, has become strong within you. Then, quiet autumn will come with the fruits of the labors of love and grace, and you will enter into the life of the Son, fully reborn to behold the countenance of your Holy Father, and, like the Son, give light to all the world through the great power of the grace, love, and mercy of your exceedingly good and Holy Father. But he who is not like the moon, and does not become like the earth, is incapable of becoming like the sun. He is like a comet without any firmness, and his nature is a stolen one from the sun's outflows of grace. His path is disorderly, like the ways of thieves and robbers, and he is driven by the fear of light from one cosmic depth to another, and will never again find rest in all eternity. The light will pursue him on all his ways and illuminate his nothingness. And finally, he will fare like the shooting stars that are thrown out of grace and rejected because of their nothingness, and consumed through the theft of grace. For the stolen light will destroy them forever, and they will be no more, like the fruits of the trees that prematurely sprouted towards the light, before love had made them firm. And since they have no firmness, because they are too loosely connected with love, they grow ever weaker, fall off the tree, are trampled underfoot, and destroyed. Behold, here you have unveiled before you the nature and significance of the suns, earths, moons, comets, and shooting stars, with all their parts, from the greatest to the smallest. The spirit of love and grace is within you and all wisdom. Whoever listens to it will fathom all things in the depth of depths, and he will explore the dead, and they will answer him. He will understand the living, and their love will refresh him, and their light delight him. He will put his ear to the earth, and the grass will tell him of the mysteries of love. The earth will reveal its depths to him. The mountains will listen to his voice, and the sound of his speech will penetrate the marrow of the earth. And when he gazes at the sea, the rays from his eyes will shine through all its drops and penetrate every grain of sand. And the judged spirits still imprisoned therein will stream towards the light of his eyes, just like the fish and worms of the seas and waters that hurry towards the light of a torch shown upon the surface at night, and will let themselves be caught for release from the dungeons of eternal night. They will recognize love, quench their thirst with the waters of mercy, and rise to the weakness, the strength, and the power from the love of the Father and the Word, which is the love within the Father, and the Spirit that is the power within both. Behold, all this and many other things will my Spirit teach you, if you listen to its voice. However, its voice is not loud, it is very soft. But exactly because of this, it is all-penetrating, like the warmth of love and the light of grace, and like the power of your Holy Father's merciful love.